everybody. With Patrick, Thinking Outside the Pod. I'll be your host this week for the year-end show, our last show of the season. I'm joined, as always, by my crew here.
Jimmy.
And Fisher.
This is my little clique that we've been rolling with for like a year, almost
about
a year now.
Is that what we are now?
The top,
clique?
the top pod gang.
Yeah, we're gang and shit,
We're a gang, a crew, a clique.
I'd be like the brains, Jimmy would be like the brawn, and Fish would be like the getaway driver.
I guess, I don't know, the human meat shield? I don't know.
There you go. Human meat shield.
All right.
It's always sunny. He's the wild card.
He's the wild card.
Yeah, we have no idea what I am.
He's just going to cut our brakes.
Yeah,
The wild card.
Well, we're thinking about doing some different stuff this year. For next year. This year, we want to go back and look at some of the top things that we can remember off the top of our heads, basically, that really affected the world. Stuff that kind of changed stuff. So
just the major events.
Major events of this last year.
Yeah.
There you go.
2014.
Thank you,
stuff.
Welsiak. 2012 stuff. What year is this?
2012?
Oh, crap. I get everything.
90s?
All my research.
Oh, man. We just went back like 10 years.
96?
1989. I was born.
1989. 1979.
Oh,
All right. Well, like I said, this last year's been a crazy year. At the end of the year, you look back at everything that's happened throughout the year, and you kind of like, wow, because for some of the stuff we're going to talk about, I can remember hearing about it and the things I felt about it. So that's kind of what I guess we're going to go through today.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, and this is kind of the first year that I actually kind of paid attention to that kind of stuff. All my life, I've been just like, whatever, it doesn't affect me.
Sure.
But now with the podcast and in my job,
Yeah, no, we actually had to kind of talk about it.
At least overhear it and talk
Yeah.
about it. Yeah.
So, yeah, because it's definitely a lot of the stuff we came up with. I definitely remembered hearing it, and then it's like, I went back and researched it. I was like, oh, that's right, yeah, that's totally
it's
what
cool.
happened.
It's cool because you can kind of see the way the whole story came full circle now. You know what I mean? For most of the stuff, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff you're still like, whoa, what the fuck happened?
It's still unresolved, but yeah, it's still cool.
All right. Well, to start off here, we're gonna do one of Fisher's favorite things to blog about.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
You guys are still getting on me on that?
Yes, a full blog.
Oh, man.
Of
It's
what,
all
half of a
this
post?
stuff.
1.5 posts?
So much content,
There's
it's
just so
mind-blowing.
much, man. Like I got a nosebleed. And I had to close the window.
Like, oh, man.
But Fisher's all into the tech stuff. He gave us a great little list here of stuff that he wanted us to touch base on. One of the first things that hits me really fast is the Twitch plays Pokemon. I've been a big time Pokemon fan for like a while now.
Oh, yeah,
I'm not afraid to say it.
That was definitely probably my favorite tech event of the year. I mean, it was just such a fascinating thing.
Like a weird concept.
Ridiculous though. Jimmy showed me. He looked it up online and showed me how people were playing. And like all that's happening is like all of his items are being used or dropped, and he's like walking into a wall for like 20 minutes. And I was like, dude, how does any? And you said they beat it, right?
Yeah,
and like
they've done multiple games.
How long did it take them? Do you think?
I think 16 days. I think for that
16
full.
But the fact that when you think of it, though, just for such a random thing, that it only took them 16 days. I mean, yes, that is a very long time for a single person to do it.
Me playing by myself, I would have probably taken like twice as long at least,
But for for a thing with thousands and thousands and thousands of people all typing random shit, and those guys who kept pressing start, like, you sons of
trolls,
bitches, like just know that.
And I mean, it was like a cultural event because like all these memes came out of it. Like
oh sure.
I can't think of the little fossil that they got, and it's like became their god, and they're all like anything good happened, they're like, oh, hail this fossil. I can't even Helix, Lord Helix or
Helix.
things like that, and it was just and like they like the names for all the things, like there was like a Venomoth that was like the nicknamed like ATV because that was some of the letters in it and
if
things like that.
Anybody hasn't heard the other episodes where we talk about Twitch, Fisher, give us a quick rundown of what exactly Twitch is.
Twitch is a online streaming service where pretty much people play video games, and it's it's kind of like television where it streams whatever they're playing, and usually they'll have like a camera of themselves, and it's just kind of like a social interaction tool. I mean, it's kind of a thing that kind of formed from like YouTube, the idea of YouTube, but now it's more live broadcast. It's definitely something that's been growing in popularity over the last couple of years. It's definitely.
I've seen some of the stuff. Jimmy brought it up also a little while ago. They have multiple games that they do on there at once, right? So you can play like pretty much anything. Like go on there and find something.
Like you can literally just stream your desktop if you want. I mean, you can do tutorials and stuff like that. I mean, all you have to do is I think if I remember correctly, all it does is it opens like a little browser, which is say whatever's in this box gets displayed to the stream, and so you can kind of put that. You could put your own graphics and stuff over it. I mean, it's a pretty nifty thing if you know like if for the smaller guy who doesn't have like broadcast equipment and stuff like that, it's definitely a good alternative, and I definitely see that kind of being the future of broadcast television. Is you know we're not going to have these big giant TV stations anymore. We're going to have a little room with maybe 2 guys in there just
Like
streaming.
one camera and some guys in front of a microphone, kind of like this.
Yeah, I mean this is
We're the
essentially
future.
this
Or the future.
oddly enough, yeah. I mean this is definitely the future of the entertainment business. I mean, because now you don't need millions and millions of dollars of equipment. You just need a couple of lights, a decent camera, a green screen. And there you go. That's it.
Internet.
Yeah, and a computer. That's all you need. And computers are, depending on how much editing and stuff you want to do, you can just get a
Like-
cheap computer and you have enough.
Like the bigger events on Twitch is like the League of Legends championship
Yes,
type things, or something like those kind
Now,
of
that's
events.
a full broadcast thing, but that's because it's done by
But like
multi-million-dollar corporation.
some of the bigger matches, what would you say like the viewer
So it's
like,
kind of like
numbers?
MySpace, but for video games.
Kinda.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Like
Uh,
YouTube means
it's
social
a-
networking for
it's
video
a
games.
way for you to connect to a larger audience doing something that you like.
And everybody can play the game at once.
If that's set up, because for the Twitch Plays Pokemon, they had to actually code that in to go through all the chat posts, and then it would kind of do it into a queue, and then so it's like one of those of what you when they were actually playing it, the stuff that you were seeing in the chat, it was actually that
The
would
controls
go
for
in.
the game.
Yeah, it was actually what was happening was actually like it was like 3 seconds behind and stuff like that. So like all of the button prompts that were going in had actually been posted like 3 seconds before what was actually showing.
So yeah, like whenever like the game needed a command at some point, it would like at
Draw
that
from
moment
the
it would draw from that chat like at that delay or whatnot,
Yeah.
and then it would be the next one and the next one. Someone press start and it would be start and then like drop items and then be like oh crap.
Yeah, I thought that was great. So if not only that, people can log on and watch you play your game there, right?
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing on Twitch. I mean that Twitch Plays Pokemon brought it a lot of coverage because I mean it was everywhere like
Well, because
news,
that was definitely one of it was more of a social event where it's like anybody that was definitely something where as opposed to just being like professional video gaming and
Gamers.
stuff like that. It was
So-
definitely
so-
something that more people know what Pokemon
And
is.
in other words, I could play my video game and stream what I'm doing on there.
Yep.
But for that specific game, they had it set up to where anybody could log on to their site and play the game on there.
Yeah,
And
I'm
is that the only one that's happened with on that site?
they've done a couple other the Pokemon
Oh, you said like
games.
League of Legends too. Is that the same way they play? Do they play League of Legends like that on there?
No,
not
that-
through Twitch.
What
They stream it.
yeah.
So it's like you watching a football game, like you're watching the game being played.
So
has there been any other video game besides the Pokemon game that's been played like that on?
I believe so. I don't know any off the top of my mind. I definitely heard them wanting to do more.
I think there was like two goldfish play Street Fighter,
Something like
I
that.
think.
and
I
then
think
it had like 2 goldfish floating around, and like each fish, if they go to a portion of the tank, like that would be like an A, like a button press an A, and it would have 2 Street Fighter characters fighting against each other,
I think
fish
that-
against
that's
fish.
kind of a very interesting thing, and I'd honestly like to go on and play something like that. Like, I think if they did that for like certain video games, maybe like every month do a different video game and just have it for the whole month and just let everybody fucking play it.
Is that what, it's one of those of the issue with that though is it's kind of hard to coordinate and stuff like that. It does take a lot of programming and stuff because the thing was with Twitch Plays Pokemon, they were actually evolving as they went along because at first it was just whatever button prompts went, it went, but then they found that they got the specific points to where because of the complete randomness, there was no way in hell they were ever going to beat this game. Like they got stuck on like what was it, the Team Rocket headquarters.
Like the maze thing.
Yeah, and so they're like, chances are the probability of us getting through here is probably really
Unless,
close
like,
to zero.
Everybody just stopped playing and only one guy did it.
Well, no.
No,
What they did is they went ahead and they said, all right, what we're going to do is for this part, just so we can get through here, we're going to do it on a majority rules thing. So we're like, all right, whatever button prompt gets the most inputs in like, I don't know, 10 seconds or
Did
whatever.
they change it back after they did that?
Yeah, and then they kind of did a system where they
voted for what kind of
it.
system they wanted, democracy or anarchy. That was so democracy, majority rules
Yeah.
for the button prompt, and anarchy, it was like how they did in the beginning, just whatever,
They should
like
have
it's just a
just
stream.
run two of them. You know what I mean? Put one like where you can vote and actually get through the game faster than the other dickholes.
Well,
who are just, like, walking
I
into
think
walls.
having the voting system was more of a I think that added more to the social experiment because it really kind of you saw it kept going back and forth. I mean, it was really cool just to kind of see that every time you
Well,
log
the
on,
voting
it's
is
something
like
different.
like everybody's working together for the common goal, but like the other one was just fucking funny to watch, man. Like
Yeah,
like I
just
said, this
walking
is
the wall,
using
walking
everything,
the wall.
dropping everything, walking into different shit. Yeah,
revolving,
walking in circles.
opening up the menu. Just
Yeah, dude.
it's a pretty cool metaphor for like what's I think the future of technology. More interactivity between what's actually happening on
That's what I'm
screen.
saying. Yeah, I think that's a great thing for Twitch to get more into is purchasing certain games maybe, or like I don't know how they do the royalties for it for whoever owns the game, but making it playable on their website. That way, you can not only go and watch certain things, but you can also play with everybody else, kind of like a group effort. You know?
Well, they are looking into doing streaming video games. So I mean, basically, what that would be was instead of having the video game on your computer, basically there'd be like a server where it would play the video game and then it'd stream it to your computer. So they're actually kind of working on
kind of
it.
like those games that they have now, like that those commercials that you see on TV, like play this game, go online and play this game now, World of Wars or something like this.
Well, no, that's different. That's
that's a
an
game
online
on a
game.
server, yeah.
But you still have to download content to your computer. What I'm talking about is literally, essentially, they're going to have a computer that's sitting in a factory somewhere,
China,
and it has it has super high graphics capabilities
North
and stuff.
Korea.
Who knows? Yeah, I mean, yeah, we don't. Yeah, who knows? But PlayStation Now, which is on Sony or on the PlayStation, they actually already started that. So it's one of those of your PlayStation. All it does is it basically acts as a streaming box. So it acts like Netflix and stuff like that, and it just
Like you're playing a game on that computer.
yeah.
instead.
You're inputting on your console, it's going through the internet and interacting with another computer that's actually playing the game.
Oh, very
And
nice.
so what that'll open up.
Do you think that will like kill some of like the consoles, and do you think the prices might go down because of something like that?
No, I don't think so.
Since you don't need to have all the information like to play the game in the box that you purchase, you know what I mean? Do you think they would make the consoles cheaper to be able just to use like a box to play the game on another server?
What'll happen is there'll be an alternative. So it's you either have the chance to have the box where you have the local content, because the issue is with the internet, there's always going to be a little bit of input lag. That's
a lag or
that's
internet waving in and out.
because unless you have like fiber internet or whatever, like T1 I think is what it's called, like the
Fiber
super.
Tijuana? What did he say? Tijuana?
T1.
T1.
It's like the highest tier.
It's like super fast internet. Unless you
Like
have
that
those
Google
speeds.
Fiber or something like
Yeah, unless you have the highest end internet, there's always, and even then, there's still going to be somewhat of an input lag as opposed to having it on the local system.
that. So it's like playing Mortal Kombat or like Street Fighter Turbo, and like you're in slow motion and they're just getting your ass kicked.
Yeah.
all
Well,
the way.
not necessarily that. It's you press a button and then maybe like half a second later it inputs. So,
So you
which
still
can
want to
which
have
can
the local.
which can kill
Yeah.
the fun of a game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Lagging
Definitely.
sucks a lot. So I think there's always going to be a console market or a PC gaming thing, like just you against just playing the game.
Playing,
But I think it's a good alternative.
In World of Warcraft, you see him running and you see him start running
Yeah.
slower. You
And
know, you get into a
that's-
fight and so then you're like, God damn it.
So that's a problem with those kind of
So
things.
internet games, yeah.
But yeah, the Twitch thing, I think it's going to get much more popular. And now that Amazon bought it, I mean, it's
That's
Yeah,
like,
that's also
they
what
have
I was getting
advertising.
to.
unless they're going to change a lot and not just infuse it with cash, which would be the best thing because Twitch, I mean, has done all right by
It's
itself.
done its own stuff, yeah.
Yeah,
It doesn't
so-
really need too much help.
So I think, and Amazon's pretty cool. I think about
I haven't
they're
seen
I don't do much on Twitch right now, but Amazon's a good company. I mean, they do good things. The Jeff Bezos, the CEO, is always talking about cool stuff. So I think it's good that
Because
It's
really,
kind of more of an open type thing, like Google kind of is. Like I think of it like as a maybe second or it's along the lines of Google where they're
Well-
trying to experiment with different things. They're attempting a lot of different things.
well
So
yeah.
I could see them trying to throw something into the picture there with Twitch
Yeah.
because like I said, it has a lot of potential. There's a lot of different things you can do there. But as long as they're throwing money at it, I think that's probably
Well, a lot of companies, a lot of these, the huge companies are looking to the future and seeing what's popular now, and they're like, we need to get into this now, cheap or cheaper than whenever it gets huge.
Once it blows
And someone
up,
else,
you
so like the Amazon buying Twitch
Once
and
Google buys it,
Facebook
then it's
buying
over.
Facebook. Yeah. Well, no, Google's their
Well, yeah,
their
or
motto
Facebook.
their
Well,
motto their
we'll have
motto
to see,
is
because Google actually did kind of screw up YouTube a little bit. I'm not going to go into too much details about that because that was years ago. But it's definitely they definitely kind of didn't do the more popular thing. There's some stuff they changed that YouTube content creators didn't like with the Google Plus and all that stuff. So that was kind of a
with like the Hangouts. So we try to get into that a little
well,
bit.
yeah,
We
we'll
just
like
stopped.
like forcing a Google Plus account on you and things
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So
because it's one of those, in order to talk to people.
You know what else sucks about Google Plus? Uploading your fucking images from your phone when you try to load
the
it.
automatic
I'm not going
syncing.
to say anything else about this, but when you go create a Google Plus profile and then you go and realize that all the fucking pictures you have on your phone are up on there for everyone to see, that is some bullshit. All I'm
Well,
gonna
yeah,
say.
there's
So
yeah,
all right,
there's
so
some
yeah, we'll
confusing
let
settings.
your imagination go on what that means.
Anyways,
If
But,
you-
what are some of the biggest things that you guys can think of Amazon that Amazon has done that might give you like a hope that they do something good with Twitch?
Well, I mean, they have their tablet right now, so
Yeah.
the Kindle
Kindle
Fire,
Fire.
and things like that. So some integration with things like that would probably be cool. But as of right now, they're probably just waiting
Pumping
to
cash
just
into it.
Well,
yeah.
because for me, I mean, it's one of those of they're kind of the pioneers of the online shopping. Like you had your eBays before, which kind of did your just kind of your Wild West. Everybody could stick their stuff on there, but Amazon kind of did your one-stop shop. You know, like they're the proprietors of basically killing brick and mortar stores. 'Cause,
Yeah,
I mean, it's
that's
one of those-
where I go. Yeah, like
You
anytime I buy
I
stuff.
really do like Amazon. I've shopped on it before. I'm really into eBay. When I first the beginning of, actually, since we're doing the year in review, beginning of this year, I used to play eBay like a video game and like just start bidding the fuck out of shit and
Organizing it by the ending first.
Yeah,
and just trying
then
to
I started winning
snipe.
all this shit, and then after I'm winning all this stuff, I'm like, well, I don't really want this, or I don't have that money to pay for this. So like, I had like 4 or 5, like 6 different sellers,
Trying to-
vendors getting upset with me, and I keep sending them emails. I'm like, look, man, I hit the wrong button, you know, something like that. For like 12 times, you know, you get upbidding everybody, win it, and then. So
Oops.
I mean, yeah, I was like, dude, I would play it like a fucking game because I was just bored. Like, bid up, bid up, bid up,
Well,
bid up.
I mean, yeah, I mean,
That's,
douchebag award of the
yeah,
year.
I'm telling you.
you're the eBay's like you're the one.
Yeah, dudes. But the thing is, like with Amazon, I really never got into it because unless it's like something something that I want, something that not really that I need. Like I go shopping at stores for clothes because I really have to try on everything I buy. I don't just order shit online without trying it on.
That's
I really hate
different.
that.
Clothes shopping is different. I don't buy clothes online. I go to a brick and mortar store.
And then like for computers, anything electronic, phones and stuff like that, I will not buy it online because they can say one thing in the description, then you get it and you check out the specs, and it's like could be something completely different.
Yeah,
Well, because
it
what I do is
depends.
I research. I do a shit ton of research before I buy anything electronic online. So I mean, it's one of those. So like what you're saying with the specs and stuff like that. Usually, like computers and stuff, I'll build my own because yeah, you're right. What they say online may not be exactly what you get.
Yeah.
So for computers, yes, that I definitely I'll buy the parts online because I'll do the research on the parts and I'll go okay, I'll cross-reference, make sure it's okay. This is the exact part that I wanted. But for stuff like video games and like CDs, music CDs and stuff like that, like especially like the digital downloads, like I love Amazon's music service. It's basically iTunes essentially.
I've never bought music online ever.
I don't
I'm
buy
not saying
CDs
I
anymore.
haven't gotten
Yeah.
music online ever.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I haven't bought.
Well, it's one of those that for me, I mean, since it's available online and it's usually like $6-7 for a CD.
Well, I
for
get that
digital,
Spotify.
so-
It's $6-7 a month, and you get like every CD.
Oh yeah, if you
Just
do
about,
that,
just about. I guess there is certain stuff that's not on there, but
definitely because I mean, like subscription services and stuff like that for video and like music content, that's starting to become more of a big thing. And
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
and that's actually stopped me from downloading stuff because for me, it's like it's actually easier to go through that than to have to sit there and look for it, research it, find out where it is, and you have to have the BitTorrent client, and you have to download it, and then you have to go, oh crap, now
I don't know
have
what
enough
he's
space.
talking about, Jimmy.
He's
Frost is on
pirate
drugs,
speech.
guys.
No,
Excuse me.
I don't really buy much media. I get my media like how you said it, but I Amazon for everything. I bought my computer off of Amazon,
Yeah.
and I'm not much into it. I just wanted something better than my crappy laptop that I had.
Sure.
So I bought my computer off Amazon, and it's working fine. I bought this coat off of Amazon.
Yes.
So I love Amazon. I have like one of their store credit card things. So
Okay.
I love it, but I hate it because I buy weird things like that melodica that I was talking about, the keyboard
Jimmy's-
with the mouthpiece. I
Keyboard
bought
with
it.
a mouthpiece.
Yes,
Like,
Jimmy's
I bought it.
addicted.
I got
the
it.
way I was addicted to eBay, he's addicted to Amazon.
I buy some weird musical instruments at points, but
Like certainly like when I went for like my laptop, I researched. So I went to the website, the Apple website, looked up some different stuff, and then I ended up going to the Apple store. That's why I like the Apple store and Best Buy. Now
Sure.
they have the Samsung
you
store.
can actually demo it.
You can actually go through and see what the hell you're going to be working with. I'm a real more of a hands-on person than an online person. Not to say I don't buy stuff from
Yeah.
online, but because it's
some
really
things.
convenient. Yeah, I think I ordered my girl now at the time. I'm not going to say what it is, but I ordered her something online. Two things online. One of them's coming in tomorrow, and the other one's probably going to be here on Wednesday. So late Christmas gifts, but it's whatever.
Yeah, no, that's fine. But yeah, Amazon, I mean, it's the place where I go for pretty much everything I buy.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I hate
It's like
going.
a digital flea market.
I hate
you
going
can
out.
find the best prices for anything you're looking for.
Mhm.
Yeah, and see, and actually, what I love to do is I'll go to a brick and mortar store to
Test
preview
it
stuff,
out,
and
and
then
then go
I
online.
look online. I go, all right, is it cheaper to buy
Yeah,
it
that's
online?
kind of
And
what
then-
I do on my phone
And then
too.
I go to the store and I go, you guys match this? And I go, nope. I go, all right, bye.
Yeah, and a lot of places nowadays do match it.
Yep.
The other thing about Amazon is, what do you think about the new delivery system with these
The
drones?
drone.
Yeah.
I think it will be friggin' awesome, but unfortunately,
Really?
oh, I think it'd be great.
I think it's gonna suck. I think they're gonna lose so much money with these things.
Well,
Not because. Well, I mean, I think they're gonna lose money, man. Like, I would shoot down a drone with a big box I saw flying over my house. You know what I'm saying? So not only are you losing the drone, but now you're losing whatever it was delivering.
I'm
Well, I
sure
think-
there's going to be some kind of tracking and maybe like even a camera on it or something that's constantly streaming to Amazon to.
So I gotta shoot it over my neighbor's house so they can't tell it was me.
Well, and some kind of tracking where like if one gets lost or one stops in their journey or their route, then they'll need to find it, and then
They'll
if they
be
do
like-
get you,
I'd be
pretty
like,
much.
no, sir, I didn't see any drones.
Well,
because that's definitely something
and
where,
they'll sue you.
I think my neighbor got it. It's over there.
because to start, I definitely think they're going to have a lot of problems. Period. That's of course with
Well, I mean,
every new thing like this.
Do you see them like they're gonna put? You saying they're gonna put cameras? You see them like putting like little machine guns or tasers on it and stuff. So like, keep you
if
from
people
stealing-
like you
stealing
keep
the shit?
shooting it,
Yeah.
Well, I will. I'm just saying, I
Yeah.
will shoot down a fucking box that's
Well,
flying over my house.
It's the same thing.
Or down the street.
Would you stop a UPS driver and kill him for the packages? It's
no,
it's
because
the same
that's a
thing.
person. I'm down for shooting the fuck out of a robot.
Well, I
what
think,
happens if it's your own package? Are you going to shoot it down?
I'm not ordering shit through drones, man.
I know, but what if you wanted I don't know something like a game or something, and you had a possibility of getting it within 30
Well,
minutes?
yeah, they said that they have the 24-hour thing now on Amazon, so in certain cases you can get your stuff in.
Yeah, one day deliveries
Yeah,
and things
one-day
like that.
thing.
But would you pass up an opportunity to get something within 30 minutes?
If
I mean, that's
thought that
awesome.
somebody might shoot my shit down, yes, I would wait.
You would wait.
Yes.
I think it's. I mean, if they get it implemented, fine. And there's
How are they gonna
certain
keep them safe,
restrictions.
you know, yeah.
Well, that's
Well,
that's something they'll have to figure out. I don't see it happening anytime soon because, like you said, like that, there's a lot of stuff they're
You're
going to have to
like
figure
make
out.
them bulletproof or like with little force fields around the whole thing.
Who
so you
knows,
can't get
yeah.
into that'd be cool.
Or they sit there and say, "I detect a gun. I'm going to shoot you first, jerk."
That's what I'm saying. They're gonna put guns on. They're gonna have to arm these things. You know what
Who
I'm
knows?
saying?
I don't know. Yeah, who
Or
knows?
I mean, they have them like high altitude.
I think they'll do a
Or
designated
that's-
flight area where it'll try to go over as few houses as possible or something like that.
Yeah,
Definitely
that's a good
because with
idea.
the
I didn't think of
camera,
that.
that's when they start. They're definitely going to want to try to keep it away from houses because that's going to start getting to the point
Yeah,
of where
the
oh
security
crap! It
stuff.
just also you see this drone go by and there's your wife or whatever getting out of the shower and there just goes the drone by.
Yeah. So
Because that's
And
actually
the
been a
drone
big.
stops and comes back. and
that's the
hovers
big,
up in
big,
air for a
the
little
big thing about drones. I love the idea of drones and quadcopters and things like that.
They're cool.
I
while. Me
mean,
too, for like film. You know what I mean? I think that's a great idea.
You're not going to shoot it down?
No, because it doesn't have shit I want in it, or that I might want. You know? Come on.
Oh,
dude.
okay. Now we got to the root of the problem. I thought you were
Yes,
just shooting it
no.
down just for shits and giggles.
No,
So
man, that's not the point. The whole point is to see what the fuck's in that box it's carrying.
you're like those people that steal like the gifts off of the porches.
No,
That's
fuck
pretty
no.
much
This thing has not made it to no fucking porch.
It is the exact same
It is
thing.
open fucking season on drone hunting.
It's
That's
like-
what
So
I'm-
you
it's
can
drone
steal
hunting
from.
season.
That's like stealing from the mail truck. It's the
Yeah.
same thing.
No, it's not.
Why not?
Because I'm not stealing from no mailman or no truck. It's
Well,
a fucking flying.
But you
hovering
are
thing in the
stealing
sky.
from somebody else that's going to. It is intended is something somebody bought that is supposed to go to them. It is
Yeah,
still
you know
theft.
what? I really don't care.
Well, okay,
I
fine.
really
but
don't care. I'm gonna shoot down a fucking.
then when you
drone.
get arrested,
I-
then
yeah.
don't call
I'll
us for
still do
bail.
the
Because then we'll go, what happened?
These are the first guys I'm calling.
Because we'll go, what did you do? You're like, I shot down a drone and took the box. We go, all right, well, we told you this
So-
years ago.
so
Don't do it,
you're
or we're
getting
not going to get you.
You're getting sued for billions of dollars, and what you ended up with a self-help book or something.
Yeah, you're like,
something,
damn it, it's a
something.
toothbrush. You're like,
Yeah,
oh.
I'm gonna have to shoot down the bigger boxes probably.
Yeah,
Like,
so I mean, obviously it's gonna take a while to implement and work well.
I'm just saying
but
it's easier to shoot down the drone than it is to rob a fucking mail truck. That's all I'm saying. You know
Okay,
what I mean?
there
Come
we
on.
go. There's
Well,
the
come
there.
on.
Finally.
I agree, but morally it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's
So we'll
it's-
see. Who knows?
All
Question
right,
mark.
morbidly or whatever. All right, just a couple rapid fire things, guys. Wrapping up the tech section here. What do you guys think about all the celebrity pictures that got hacked and distributed? What do you guys think about like some of the celebrities say that you're violating their private lives and that you know that should be against the law to be able to do shit like that. What do y'all feel about
Well,
that?
it is. I mean, period.
Of
Yeah.
course, yeah.
It definitely it is illegal. It sucks that it happens. I mean, unfortunately, that's.
Well, fuck that.
something's
If
gonna
my
happen.
shit gets leaked on Google Plus, I mean, fuck these people. You know what I'm saying?
I
I didn't allow Google Plus to go post up fucking private pictures.
Well, actually, you did. There's
By
a thing
not-
called an
not-
end user.
not
There's a
changing
thing
agreements,
called
or what is it?
there's an end user license agreement that everybody just accepts.
Fuck that.
Don't ever read those things because they are terrifying. There's basically there's probably a line that says your soul now belongs to us. But unfortunately, it's one of those if you have to agree to it or you don't use the service.
Yeah,
So, I mean,
fuck.
it
I'm gonna
sucks.
cancel my Gmail account. And go to like fucking back to Yahoo instead. 'cause-
back
Well,
to
even-
snail mail.
So you say
Yeah.
that, but Yahoo still has the same things that Google has.
yeah,
so
but
it's
it
not
doesn't
any
have a
different.
Yahoo Plus. That
Oh, I don't
sucks balls.
That's not you. I don't ever use Google Plus.
yeah,
I don't either, but like everybody
have an
adds
account.
circles like on the regs and shit.
but yeah, all the hacking, I think it's gonna get worse in the future. Like 2014, I think is like the first year that a lot of these hacks are at least coming to light.
Well, do you
It's
think they
at
should like
least- yes.
delete these naughty pictures they have of themselves on their phone after the purpose that they?
Well,
took it?
the thing is, they say if you don't want them leaked or the possibility of having them, don't take them, but or secure them more securely than putting them on in the cloud or whatever. And of course,
Once
it's
in the cloud, everybody's got it.
of course it's wrong for people to
Take advantage
to
of
hack
their
to
phone.
hack personal accounts and things like that. But it's going to happen in this day and age. There's people. I mean, you hear all the time about people that like just want to cause chaos, shoot down drones and things like that.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
So-
I
so-
love those people.
So somebody's gonna want to. If somebody's gonna hack it, they're gonna hack it. That's
What if I can hack drones and just get them to drop all the shit at my house?
there you go.
Well, the thing is, though,
Then it's not stealing.
there's a
No.
it is
No.
stealing.
it is still
yeah,
stealing.
It's
Because you're gonna have to hack a
Probably.
lot of shit. Though.
You'll
You're
be-
gonna have to hack Amazon to
Yeah,
sit there
yeah.
and say, okay, now all of a sudden it's gonna change the shipping address
I'm
to
gonna
your
have to-
address.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna have to hook up with some North Korean friends, right? All right, how
Yes.
about the Google Glass, man? So we're talking about Google. What do y'all think about that?
I think it's a cool idea. I think definitely they're going to have to work out some privacy issues because now you have your glasses can also start recording and stuff like that, and then that's going to get into the area of where you're recording people without their knowledge. So I think they may have to put like some definitely, like a red light that definitely says this is recording
Yeah, just so everybody
or
can tell.
something.
I had a tough enough time in school spacing out like without those things on. Could you imagine having those on just being like,
Yep. No,
yeah. Well, I mean that's what it's gonna. It's the first step in a lot of wearable technology and a lot of more distractions.
So
I
like
mean,
the watches and stuff like
yeah,
that.
that's
they're-
another thing.
it's
The
all-
smartwatches.
Yeah.
I don't really see the point to those things.
I don't either. I mean, it's I guess for notifications
That's
maybe.
the- that's the
So
thing.
you don't. So it's one of those of when your phone beeps, you just look at your watch real quick, and then you go, okay.
so yeah,
That's the only use that I can think of.
Why the hell are they so expensive then?
it's because
Because they're new.
It's new.
Because they're cool.
It's new.
Because they're
just
hip.
just
I
all
guess
the
I
new
could
things.
see like notification, like bing, new Facebook
'Cause
update,
give
or
it
bing,
a year-
text message, or
Yeah.
you having a call now.
Give it a year or two, when then every tech company starts making their watches, and prices will go down.
Yeah.
So give it a little bit more time.
And all the
I don't need one.
the kitschy features are gonna get cut down. All the useless stuff like the I mean, heartbeat tracker's cool and all, but
Real quick, what do you guys think about, what the fuck is Oculus first? And what do y'all think about Facebook buying
Virtual reality headset, essentially. What it is it's two screens that go on your face, and it shows two images. And basically, what it is when you turn your head, it basically acts as like a first-person shooter. When you look around, it acts like that. It's actually really cool.
It's like
I've
a
seen
video game controller.
Yes,
Yeah.
Kind of like the Power Glove for the Nintendo.
it's,
but actually, it works, and it's
Power
cool.
Glove worked.
well,
Not
the Power Glove
well.
worked. The first little, I mean, technically it did work, but it didn't
Not
catch
well.
on. It didn't catch on.
not very well.
and,
You had to input codes and all that crap, and it was a big pain in the ass, and it was
It
only
was
used
super
for like
cool.
3 games.
Yeah, it was only used for like. I
But
don't even-
VR, I think is going to get more and more utilized, and new things are going to be used with it. Like we talked about like the Paul McCartney concert.
Yeah.
Is going to be used.
So you just have a little camera. You have 2 cameras sitting there or whatever, and then it just gets streamed into your headset.
so
or
you
whatever.
can like you're actually there, and it's. I think it's one of the future things for gaming and really
just
entertainment.
in general.
Kind of
'cause
like that movie Surrogates.
I-
Like
That's like
you're
that's like
living
taking
through
it. That's taking it like a lot of steps ahead.
That's
but
yeah.
but you're in a machine and you can control another
I guess
person.
Avatar would
Yeah,
probably
like
be
an
more.
Avatar.
I think this is kind of like the start of what eventually could be that. I mean, it'd be the idea of like you can have a concert where you could pay like $20 instead of and there's a little camera sitting there on a
So it's
pedestal,
like you're there.
and then it turns with your head and stuff like
And you
that.
don't have to pay so much for beer because you could just have an ice chest sitting.
Yeah,
next to
you can. Yeah.
Ah.
So I mean, that would actually be a real cool service to set up. It's like
Fuck yeah, we got to get on that.
Do it-
Copyright
maybe
podcast.
maybe we can have a VR podcast
But
thing
we
person that could be
we gotta
here.
wait till the
for the
thing
podcast.
I
comes
want a
available
podcast
first. but-
avatar I'm going to have here. Just like with a machine gun ready to shoot drones down.
Oh no.
Yeah, so we just have like little cutouts of us just sitting there, and we're all just at home on our VR headsets, just doing it.
So yeah, a lot of cool things in technology, like 2014 technology-wise. I think it's cool because a lot of the things that we see now are just in its infancy.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
it's,
yeah.
So, like,
it's
all
going to be
this-
interesting to see.
So everybody
The
keeps asking where all the
development
crap
of all
from.
this.
So like everybody keeps asking where all the crap from like
Back to the
Back to
Future.
the Future and stuff. It's like it's getting there.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's just it took us a little bit
Well,
longer
that's what
than we
next
expected.
week, after January 1st, I'm going to start dressing like the guys from Back to the Future. So y'all be prepared for this
Have
shit.
like the weird half helmet hat
Yeah,
and things
dude.
like that.
Telling you. All right,
nothing.
since we're on tech stuff, we're gonna start trying to get into some news stories. A couple things I want to touch base on first. Viral type of news. The Flappy Bird game. What's the big deal about that game?
It's one of those games that are so simple, but so hard.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
the first Nintendo games. Like
lot of those are
they're
very hard.
really challenging. and-
Because what happened with Flappy Bird is the game that just kind of overnight got really, really popular. And the reason it got popular was a YouTuber called PewDiePie.
oh,
he-
is that
he-
how it kind of?
Cutie Pie?
PewDiePie.
PewDiePie. He's
Cutie
don't make fun of him. He's like the
PewDiePie.
richest person ever. He gets like
If you want to see somebody who makes a living off of YouTube, he's like the most viewed YouTuber. I think like second maybe behind like one other channel, but he's definitely within like the top 5.
like it's
Most
ridiculous
viewed
how much money. Like he's like bordering like professional athlete money.
Yeah.
Like just off of YouTube and
So
gaming.
where
and
does
stuff.
he stay?
He's in Norway or Sweden.
I think
or
he's
something
like
that.
he's from
Sweden.
Norway or Sweden or something like that. I think
He's probably in LA now.
I think he's somewhere in the States though, but he came from I think Sweden, and then he kind of like his channel kind of started off in Europe, and then he went over to the States or whatever, and so now he has Europe and North American market, so that's kind of why his channel grew up so
We
big.
gotta make friends with this cat.
But because I mean, like I watched a video on it where they're talking about Flappy Bird, and what they said is they definitely noticed. Like you look, it got really popular, like literally
About that
right
time.
after he put out his video, and then a whole bunch of people just started going and buying this game. And so overnight, this one little stupid game where all you do is try to get them through the pipes or whatever, it blew up like overnight.
And then what added to it is the owner kind of took it down because he was making so much money and he was getting death threats and all this kind of stuff. So he took it down,
Yeah.
and that just increased the popularity. People were selling
Buying
their
phones,
phones
yeah.
with that had Flappy Bird on it on eBay or
I actually
things.
still have it on my phone.
Yeah, I have it on mine too. and
I didn't notice it until after it was pulled down. I kind of heard about it, but I'm like, it looks crap to me.
it,
All right.
it isn't.
Not for
It's one of those
I didn't
games.
like
You play it for a bunch. You kind of do your best, and you're just like, that's good enough.
I'm done.
But it's
It's an internet. It's a phone game. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
one of those free to play phone games.
But
What do y'all think about that ALS bucket challenge, and did you all participate?
I did not.
I did not either.
I did.
Yeah, you had a video,
my
like you
uncle
slow motion and stuff.
called us out on it, me and my little brother, so we did something. I put music to it, put it slow motion when the water actually fell. It looked kind of, and then I posed like crazy afterward.
Yeah.
We'll post the link. You guys can check it out.
See, because one of the things that I kind of wonder is, you know, like I definitely think it was for a good cause and stuff like that, but I wonder, you know, if after so many people did it, I wonder if it kind of stopped losing its meaning, because it became super popular and stuff like that. But I wonder if it just became something where just people were just doing ice, you know, just ice bucket challenge because it's the thing to do.
You're supposed to do the ice or donate, and I didn't donate, so I did the bucket.
Yeah, so I mean, it's one of those of I mean, it's one of those of if you do the ice bucket challenge, yeah, it brings up awareness, but then it's like, wait, now they're not getting, great, it gives them more.
Slowly but surely, the donations stop, and more people just doing.
I wonder if I mean,
well, it says on here that it raised over $100 million.
So I mean, I guess
it worked. It definitely worked. It got them a lot of money, like much more than they've ever gotten.
So I guess
and some of the people
awareness.
said that. Yeah.
So probably like the free advertisement, I guess, what you may have been.
So it's like grassroots advertising, just word of mouth. You know what I mean? Like just spread like that, and it really did catch on for like about a good month or two.
Yeah,
it had a real good flight.
And it's in the cultural sphere. People know at least what ALS is. So
what is it again?
Alterolateral sclerosis, Lou Gehrig's disease.
Oh, okay. I thought he was just making shit up. I was like, Jimmy,
it's something like that. There's some syllables I missed and things like. So it's at least raise awareness of it, but it's that new thing like slacktivism. Like it's like you say you're for a cause, but you're really just in it to become popular,
or just like fit to do to further with the group. Be like everybody else is doing it, so I'm going to do it.
Yeah, further your own stuff and things like that.
I mean, it definitely is cool, and it's kind of an interesting that shows you the power of like internet and YouTube and stuff like that. Because you saw, I mean, because think of it, how did it get?
The day I announced I was never going to do it, I got called out by my uncle like 2 days later.
So I mean, and that's kind of showing how we are becoming more connected with like the internet and stuff like that. So I mean, it's definitely an interesting.
We got to get connected with that Petey Bird guy.
PewDiePie?
Whatever.
He gets so many requests, I bet, for that kind of crap that it's like
Yeah, and first to tell you, I don't like him. I think he's so annoying.
I've seen one or two videos, and I'm just like, it's not for me. And I'll go back to.
Is he like all for like does he talk like the chef in the Muppets?
Well, he does have an accent, like the kind of an accent.
Does he sound like Goldfinger from
We'll go show you a video after we get done. We'll show you a PewDiePie video. Yeah. He does a lot of the shot games or whatever. But, okay, moving on. Next thing.
We've got 1, 2, 3 things here that I wanted to say. These are some of the stories that like really hit me like pretty crazily during this year. I think the first one was the Malaysian airline flight. 370 vanished. I think that was the first one, right?
Yeah, it was pretty near the beginning of the year.
And they, as far as I know, they never found any of the people. They thought they found debris, but was that actually debris?
No.
I think I don't think any.
That should just vanished.
As far as I remember, last I heard that they thought they had found debris, but then they found out it was just like some random crap or something like that.
Yeah, so there's still a big mystery, and the weird thing is that it happened again, like
the Asia Airlines,
Air
Asia,
just yesterday.
Yeah.
So just really recent. Yeah. So
I think aliens are abducting Asian airliners.
I don't know what's happening.
But it's in a different part of the world, so I mean that's kind of
maybe they're like pumping full of like knowledge, and like their heads grow, and then they shrink down because space is like making them what's that word when you don't use your muscles? Atrophy, yeah. Body atrophy, and like their minds are just going into the miles an hour, and then they turn into aliens. They're turning Asians into aliens.
Oh snap!
Well, the thing is, though, is I think with this one, since it's in more of a populated area, since it was actually kind of in between countries and stuff like that, they actually have a much higher chance of finding it. I mean, it's still a big body of water that they have to look for, but when you look at it, the current one is definitely a lot closer to land. Mm-hmm. So than the first one. So
it's just so weird to me that airplanes, like back then, like whenever Malaysia that flight vanished, it always just weirded me out that like something that big and huge could ever like just vanish and just no one knows anything about it.
Yeah, well, because I mean, unfortunately, it's one of those the one device that could tell us is probably somewhere at the bottom of the ocean. Yeah. So I mean, it's definitely very hard to tell. It could have went down to the bottom of the ocean and went to like a crack or something like that. So it went even further down. So who knows what the hell
What do you
happens?
guys
so
think
weird.
about that Ebola outbreak we had in like West Africa?
Oh man, that's definitely
I
scary
thought it
for a
was the
while.
zombie apocalypse already. I
Yeah.
really did.
I definitely remember us bringing up zombie apocalypse.
I
Yeah.
thought that's what it was all about. I thought we were done, and then they started shipping people over to the United States. I was like, oh fuck, it's starting.
Yeah, but I mean,
Well, but when you look at we had well, heck, since now we're looking back on it, we can say this. We definitely had the infrastructure to deal with it. I mean, it was
Well, yeah, I think that's why. What was that guy? That first guy, Duncan, or what was his name?
that sounds familiar. Yeah,
The dude who passed
Eric
away.
Duncan, I think was
I
it?
think that was him. They said when he was in the airport there, he had no symptoms, and he got over here, had no symptoms, and then he started coming down with symptoms. I think he realized he'd had it, and said, "Fuck this place. The only place might survive this is to get to the fucking U.S." I think that's why he came here.
Yeah, but it's one of those that they started treatment too late, so it's
Yeah,
one of
yeah.
those that's why he ended up dying
But
of
I
it.
think, you know what I mean? If you found out you had something like that, and the best place for the treatment would be in the United States, you do everything you could
Sure.
to get here.
Mhm.
And I think that's why he ended up lying to a bunch of people that he hadn't been in contact with anybody there, and he actually had.
I mean, maybe, and that's actually, that seems like a very logical theory on it. I mean, who knows? I don't know. He just may not have thought he had it. I don't know, but
and that whole story just shows we took it a lot further than it needed to be. Ebola is not that easily transmitted, but the media and stuff hyped it a lot. So I think it got a lot more play than it
Should have.
needed. I mean, it's obviously a terrible disease, and over in Africa, where it's a huge deal. But I think it that tends to show you how media can make
We're
make
going to
things
do our
worse.
best to stop this shit. We're going to cut out the Ebola outbreak talk.
well,
and move
because
on.
the thing is Ebola has
to the
actually
next
happened
one.
before. So I mean, it hasn't killed everybody.
We're
so.
trying to
All right,
stop
moving
it.
on.
Yeah, we've-
Faster.
It's only that first death, right? No, not in America.
In
In
America,
America, yeah.
The other people that have gotten it
so far I've
have
been
been
sure
cured.
of it.
Yeah,
I guess
Because they
Fisher
caught-
said they caught it earlier.
they
so
caught it
they
early
would
enough,
do
yeah.
something.
yeah. They knew that they had contact with someone with it, so they can prevent it and
sooner.
stop it sooner. Yeah,
All right, we're
exactly.
stopping the media coverage of the Ebola outbreak from now on.
Unless it happens again. Which
Yeah,
it might.
It might. Anyways, talk about something a little more fun, a little more cooler, more fun than I've always been intrigued by space, dude. We landed on a comet.
Yes.
That's an amazing
10-year
accomplishment.
Too bad the friggin' it landed on the
Landed
wrong
dark
side of the
comet.
yeah. So you're like,
So-
damn it!
so
You're like,
we're
but the fact that we did it though, I mean that's a mathematical miracle in itself.
That's what they said. Rocket science has to be precise, man. Because if you're off by a centimeter, you're blowing up into the fucking. You're not only blowing your thing up, but you're blowing up the comet as well.
No, well, think of it. If the mass off a little bit, you're on the freaking dark side of the comet, and then you run out of battery.
Yeah,
You're
somebody
like,
got
son of a
fucking
bitch.
stupid.
I don't know, but
But yeah, that's amazing.
What would they send there the comet for? Just to study it? Or?
Yeah.
It's just
to get like samples and stuff like that, I guess probably get some density tests, just kind of see what the hell the thing is. Because I mean,
never happened. We never have collected samples from a meteor or
not a comet. in
not.
space.
I mean,
We should
meteors
send
in
We should send space rockets out into like deep space and like make them attach themselves to like water frozen in like blocks and then shoot them towards Mars so that we can get water back on Mars and like inhabit it eventually.
Yeah, well, that's one thing that they found. Like they did sample of like the ice that's there, and it's a different density or different different makeup. Yeah, it has a different destiny, but it has a different genetic makeup. Not genetic makeup, but compounds and stuff.
Molecules
different,
and stuff.
Yeah, different compounds than
Molecular
Earth water.
makeup. Yeah.
So they say that that's not how Earth got its water. So that was
From
that's
the stars?
like from comets.
Well, I
That was
mean,
like one theory, or at least
How
comets
many
like that.
different kind of comets are? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. It's like
Who
two.
knows?
Only
Yeah.
two.
It's like they say no snowflakes alike. Two snowflakes aren't alike. You
Yeah,
know,
so-
I mean, it's
At least, well, they
At
at
least
least
the ones
can
that
narrow
they-
it down to something. But yeah. So I mean, it's amazing. Like I had the quote. It's like landing a washing machine.
Yeah,
What did I say?
like landing a washing machine on a speeding bullet.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool that it happened, and then the guy got some flack over it for his shirt or something. Like his shirt had like girls with bikinis on or something, like one of those like crappy Hawaiian shirts, and he got a lot of flack from like feminists and things like that about he has tattoos and he's has a offensive shirt.
Fuck that. The
So I'm like,
motherfucker
come
landed
on.
a fucking comic.
I know. Yeah, it was.
Rocket scientist, come on.
Yeah,
It's
I
like-
mean, I hate whenever the things like that overshadow the amazing accomplishment
Yeah.
that had happened. I mean,
Unfortunately,
yes, but yeah, that's how.
some people look for that kind of crap. Unfortunately, it's just like, well, I see your point, but shut up, give him his
So
moment.
they were trying to start a scandal with this guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Speaking of,
Oh,
man.
segue.
Hannibal Buress started a whole lot of trouble
Uh-oh.
right in the middle of Bill Cosby's comeback. He had been on a television special, I think, a Comedy Central. He had started touring again.
Yeah.
People were going to see him. He was starting to make a lot of money again.
And plans in the future for like
Yeah.
sitcoms and bigger
Uh-huh.
things.
So Hannibal Buress one night, one of his shows, said something about Google Bill Cosby's sexual abuse stuff, and you'll see more hits on it than Hannibal Buress.
Yeah, so so Bill Cosby had a lot of allegations in the past, and
28.
it's kind of as of now 28, but
Even
you
Oprah
never
Winfrey
you
said
never
it. Have you heard of that?
I didn't hear that one.
Oprah Winfrey said that she was
Something
drugged and she was molested, and she got out of there before anything else happened.
Yeah,
But
so
they said that she was going to announce it on her own, the O Network
Yeah.
special or something like that. I was like, dude,
But-
that she's looking for.
But
revenge.
yeah, it's I never knew anything about that. But
Me
it
either.
just caused just one video going viral about that stuff, and then it gave a lot of people the courage to stand up and tell their story about it. Because
What do you think, honestly?
I don't know, it's a lot of the women possibly could have something to gain from it, at least some amount of 15 minutes of fame. But
Money.
there's others. There's money possibly because I don't know if
I
the
think Oprah just
statute
jumped on the bandwagon. Yeah, a lot of them, they can't really.
they can't do anything about it, but
They're just
they can get
tarnishing
some
his reputation.
they can get some press from it. But there's other women that are fine, that have their own money and they don't need anything. It's those kind of allegations from those women that I think are the most damaging, because they're like, what does she have to gain from accusing this guy?
Bill Cosby.
It's so I think you never can know unless he actually.
We should hang out with him and see if he drugs us.
But
Go right ahead.
yeah, have fun with that.
But,
I'll let Fisher take my drugs.
I mean, it's definitely one of those things. If you would hope, with so many people coming out and saying it, you'd think that there'd be some sort of, at least a shred of truth.
They said he denied it through his attorneys. So.
Yeah, he hasn't
Yeah.
spoken directly
So I mean,
about
it's
it.
one of those. If you would think that many people, that there's possibly something happening, whether or not it's what they're exactly accusing him of, I don't know. There's probably some sort of shred of
After a
truth,
little
but
bit of drugs,
we
you
don't know.
can't remember shit. Really, you're
Yeah.
all fucked up.
So
You
I mean,
know
it's
what
one of those of who knows. I mean, it's one of those of I can't say for certain. I can't rule either way because I don't have the facts.
Well, then
I
shit,
don't
a
know.
little bit of drinking mean I don't remember what happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, come on.
Well,
now.
So you think it definitely with so many people coming out, it's definitely a possibility, but I can't say for certain.
So would you go see him? What do you think? Bill Cosby, yay or nay?
No, I'm done with Bill Cosby.
You're
I'm
done?
I'm out.
For sure?
I'm out.
Like, what do you mean, see him? You mean in person, or are you talking
show.
just like
Would
a
you
show and
watch
stuff like
him?
that?
Would you see his shows?
I'd
Would
probably
you
still
see
watch
his
him. I mean, it's one of those of I understand there's some controversy going on, but still, would I go see some current stuff? Probably not. Would I still watch some
you
old
wouldn't
stuff?
stop
Maybe.
watching the Cosby Show?
Cosby Show.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the. I wouldn't see any new stuff that he's done. He's changed for me.
Yeah, he has changed for
and
me too.
like you were saying, I hope there's some shred of truth, and it's not just like a Salem witch trial type.
Because, I mean,
just
yeah,
a lot
it's
of
a very
accusation.
possibility. We never know.
I hope there's still good in the world where that's not what these women are doing.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
But
definitely.
but you never know. But
Bitches be
28.
crazy.
yeah, because I'll just be neutral on it and say I don't know. I'm not going to pick a side because I don't have the facts. I mean, I could see both ways as being the truth, but I don't know.
Well, one thing's for sure, Top Pod is against the molesting of women.
Oh yeah, of
There we
course.
go.
Yeah, definitely.
But so
Rapist.
anybody.
Hashtag the rapist.
Oh,
That's
that's Patrick.
just-
That's
That's
But-
Patrick.
That is not me. That is you guys.
but yeah. So
There's a couple other
We're
things
against
with celebrities. There was a couple celebrity deaths that I thought were really impacted things that I like. I want to mention Robin Williams just because
Definitely.
he is a very good actor, and
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of trouble or what kind of problems he had that made him want to go and wanted for him to want to end it the way it ended. For
Well, it
him.
could just been a mental illness, is what it sounded like it was, and just depression and stuff like that. I mean, you'd be surprised of just how many people are affected by that. I mean,
Well, my heart goes out to all of them.
Oh, definitely,
all of
yeah.
them.
Yeah, you
No.
always hear comedians are like the inside, like
Some right on
insides
the
of
edge,
comedians.
just about.
Because they want to make everybody else happy because they know how it feels not to be happy.
Yeah.
So that's what they say about things like that. And it was just a huge loss. Some of my favorite movies are Robin Williams movies. Even some of his recent stuff I haven't seen much of, but his older movies that maybe not anyone liked, like Bicentennial Man. It's one of my favorite movies. I love that movie. It's cool. It's sci-fi and he's funny.
I mean, I like them in Mork and Mindy.
I never saw that, but
That's
I
what I
mean,
like for
like
that.
Jumanji and like
Jumanji
remember
was pretty
Jumanji?
good.
the voice from Aladdin,
Yeah,
the genie.
Genie.
I mean, he's done awesome things, and there's Patch Adams. Even people didn't like that. I have it. I don't mind it. It's a
You
this
bought
is
the DVD
Doubtfire.
twice, right? Mrs. Doubtfire. He probably has a Miss Doubtfire
This is
poster.
I
You,
watch it. I like it.
The two that stuck out to me was Harold Ramis, the Ghostbusters, the guy who directed, I think, right, National Lampoon's Vacation.
I think so.
Groundhog's Day. He did Groundhog's Day.
He
That's
did all
like
kinds of movies that I love.
one of my
Stripes
favorite
with Bill
movies
Murray,
of
and he
him,
was in
yeah.
that as well. Ghostbusters, and Philip Seymour Hoffman, who I thought could either do like a really dramatic, real, shit to like fucking funny as shit comedy. He was just a fucking actor.
Yeah.
he's the epitome of that. Can do anything.
What are you guys? Some of y'all's favorite Harold Ramis stuff? Movies, things he's directed, things he was in.
I mean, Ghostbusters
Yeah,
definitely.
of course.
I loved Ghostbusters as a kid. I mean, definitely, go back and watch the movies every once in a while, and they're still just great movies.
Yeah. Groundhog's Day would be my favorite. During that 2 weeks off that I had, I watched that a couple times.
Oh my god!
And it's just such a good movie.
He just lived it. He lived it.
Every
For
day
2
was
weeks.
every day was the same for me. I watched Groundhog's Day, and then I went back to sleep, and then I woke up, watched it again.
Something.
I'd say Groundhog's Day is one of my favorites from him.
Did he do the? I want to say, did he have anything to do with Animal House? Do you know?
I think he.
I don't know.
Screenplayed it.
It's
or
definitely
something?
I
Animal
think
House
he's
is a
like
great
one
movie.
of the writers. I think.
Yeah, because he was amazing, dude, man. He was
that
really,
whole period. Any of the good
his,
movies.
Yeah, his whole
he's
comedic
connected.
his comedy, his style of comedy was right up my alley, man. And then his acting wasn't bad either. Like, I love the guy Egon he played in Ghostbusters. I
Yeah.
love the guy, and he basically played the same person in the movie Stripes,
Yeah.
So I mean, just the way his delivery, he had a real good sense of like punchlines and how and when to deliver.
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Egon, any of the sciencey technology characters in any film, it's always my favorite.
Yeah,
like
definitely,
the Donatello.
Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, so and nerdy things I
So
enjoy.
do you think by missing Harold Ramis, the new Ghostbusters movie is going to be affected in any way, shape, or form?
I
I
think
think they'll definitely lose out on his input. I mean, I definitely, it might definitely. There's going to be creative changes. I mean,
Mhm.
unfortunately, yeah, you lose one of the pillars of the first movie. It's definitely going to be different. I mean, it's going to have to be.
They had
different.
I read an article saying that not Dan Aykroyd,
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray didn't want to be in it because he didn't like to do sequels, and Ghostbusters was one of the only sequels he really did, except for like maybe the Garfield movie where he was just voiceovers.
Mm.
Yeah.
But he said something about he'd want to return as a ghost. Now, since his buddy died, who was in the movie with him, I can see him actually having a cameo at least into the movie, and maybe making Egon the ghost. Because since he was like the brains of the outfit, maybe they're looking to his ghost to like get an explanation of what they should do.
I mean, that would be definitely a very cool thing if they could
Yeah,
pull
I
it
think
off.
so.
I think that'd be a very good.
They'd have to play it very
They'd have to be careful. with
careful
it,
because he's an amazing guy. His death have probably affected a lot of people, and you don't want to offend anybody with just for the little novelty.
What they
novelty
could do.
ghost
I
scene.
think that would be very cool, though. For them to go out to him as like to get knowledge of what they're supposed to do, since they're supposed to be introducing a whole new cast of them.
Well,
Well,
they might be just rebooting the thing, so
'Cause the issue
that
is
universe
with
may
that
not exist.
Yeah.
Is where you're going to get his voice, though. Somebody else is going to have to voice over for him. But what I bet probably will happen is if they do another Ghostbuster movie, I bet there'll probably be a picture of him somewhere in
Yeah,
whatever
definitely.
the headquarters is. You'll
Or-
probably see like
Definitely.
in the corner there'll be a little picture of him or something like that.
Yeah, a little.
I could
Or a
see that
picture
at
of all,
least.
or like a picture of like the original Ghostbusters, like all of them in a line or
like,
something
yeah,
like
like
that.
a panning shot or something.
It'll be just like a
Alright.
random picture.
With Seymour Hoffman, favorite movies, lines, quotes, anything you guys can think of?
You know, I can't really
I
think.
liked him from Along Came Polly, the rain dance, and I think that he played that character like a washed-up child star to a fucking T. And it was good. It was like strong character when he needed to be when he's making the presentation at the end, but he's fucking funny when it needed to be. So like his range was just like on display to me in that movie.
Yeah, and Punch Drunk Love, he played a pretty cool character there. I mean, a lot of the movies where he's led, like Capote and things like that.
Radio, where they're at the boat.
Oh, Pirate Radio.
Pirate Radio. That's
That
one of
was-
my favorite movies that he ever made.
He plays awesome characters. Like
Hell
his
yes.
his lead roles. I mean, I can only really think of like Capote, which he won an Academy Award for, but that's not really my type of movie. His characters that he played, like the Sandy and the movie that you just said,
Along Came Polly.
Along Came Polly, and
I think when he had the supporting roles, he was more willing to like go through all of his fucking range because he doesn't have to concentrate on being one thing, you know. I think that's why like some of his supporting roles, I think, he did a better job in like some of the other movies where he was like the main man, where he had to stay in character the whole time, you know.
yeah, and he was. I just saw the new Hunger Games, and he's in that, and I think that's a big loss of that franchise because his character.
His character.
Yeah, his character's awesome in that, and there's still another movie coming out, so his loss is going to affect that franchise, I think, a little bit. And
Yeah,
so
definitely.
it's sad that he went out that way. I hate
Alright.
hate thinking.
Like you said, man, actors, comedians, they're kind of, you know, like you said, trying to make everybody happy, and you know that the history that happened between him and his family, and people relapse, man. People relapse all the time.
And yeah, the things that people do to escape their lives, and unfortunately, drugs is something that
Right on the
people
top
do.
of the list, drugs and alcohol.
Yep.
Top grossing movies of 2014, really quick, guys. Y'all want to pick one apiece that really did it for you guys and tell us a little bit about it?
Just taking a look, definitely Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
That was definitely my top movie of the year. I thought
That
it
was my favorite movie, probably
was-
in like a few years.
the current Star Wars. I think they did it right. Actually gave me hope for the future of Star
Well,
Wars.
any
so
other
we'll
ones
see.
on here? What do you see on this list here?
Days of Future Past, the recent X-Men movie,
I love
had some
that.
pretty cool scenes. Lego Movie was
I thought that was pretty-
really good.
It was
I-
a clever
one of the
movie.
best,
I never-
animated movies.
Yeah, whenever I saw heard about it, I was like, whatever. But when I actually saw it, I was like,
It was,
man,
it was really clever.
it
I,
was-
I wanted to see. I haven't
Very
seen it,
clever.
but I wanted to see it because of all the voices they had in there. I thought
Yeah.
those actors that voiced it would have done a really good job.
This one of
with
those. It
characters.
was clearly a kids movie, but they definitely had a lot of clever comedy and stuff like
yeah,
that.
and
It's
even a
for
message,
adults.
even a message at the end whenever it went into the real world. It was
Captain America,
good
Winter
movie.
Soldier, yay or nay?
I thought it was okay.
I liked
mean,
it better than the first one.
Really?
Yeah. I
a
did.
lot of people say that.
I thought, yeah.
Much more
still
happened,
haven't
I
seen
think.
it.
I kind of enjoyed it a little bit more
What's
once they started talking about like the hidden meaning and all that stuff behind the movie, and then I thought that was a little bit more of an interesting.
Transformers:
spin.
Age of Extinction, yay or nay?
I didn't see all of it.
I didn't watch
when I
it.
started, it was horrible.
After like the first one, and the third one was all right. I didn't mind the third one. The second one wasn't good. I don't mind any of them, but I Michael Bay
Because for me,
kind of stuff.
it was one of the
movies get
few
old.
movies where I went with extremely low expectations, and
And
I
it's
couldn't
still-
believe it went lower
Oh,
than my
shit.
expectations, and that's very few movies have ever done that. And I was like, I could not get my expectations low enough. And
Oh.
Dawn
I
of
was
Planet
shocked.
of the Apes. Is that the last one?
That was the recent one. Yeah.
Is that the last one though for the series, or was there still supposed to be one more coming out?
Who knows? I mean,
It
oddly
left it
enough,
open.
they may probably do a trilogy because generally, what I've always seen is they do a second one.
Threes.
Normally, they do three.
What did y'all
And
think of
what else
Dawn
he
of
did
Planet of the Apes?
I
like
thought
it.
it was awesome. I thought it was good.
I really liked it. It
Thumbs
was
up.
that motion capture stuff is just
I really didn't like
future.
the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
that was the
I thought. Let's see.
what was the villain? It was the Electro.
I
or-
stopped
Yeah.
watching it like halfway through.
I've watched it all the way through. I didn't watch the first one, so I was kind of a little bit lost on some of the stuff in it. But I was just like, it was okay. I mean,
it's all right. It's out of theaters right now, right? So
Yeah, it's been out for a while.
So what's her name died, and it
Uh,
snapped her neck. Emma Stone.
Gwen or whatever.
Gwen Stacy.
Yeah.
So that
So it was.
I didn't mind it.
I thought it looked
watched it and
cooler
liked
than
it.
the original ones. I love the style. I thought the character was a little bit better than
Tobey
Tobey
Maguire.
Maguire, but I don't know. It was okay. We'll see.
The Godzilla remake.
I didn't see it.
I saw it.
I haven't seen it either.
It was all right.
As good
That's
as
really
some of the other ones?
that's really the first Godzilla movie I've seen.
Oh my God.
I
used to watch
didn't
the
watch.
old, like,
I didn't
Matthew
watch.
Broderick
I used to watch
one,
the
the
guys in the
2000
show
one?
in the suits, like jumping
The
around.
black and white ones.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those
those
my
are
shit.
cool.
I haven't seen any of those.
Those are my
I
shit.
probably saw the
Matthew Broderick
Godzilla
one?
2000, but I probably just like
Yeah.
repressed it. And so it's really the first Godzilla movie, and probably the first Godzilla movie a lot of people were introduced to. And
Yeah,
it's all right.
definitely.
Bryan Cranston is good for what he's in it, and I mean, cool visuals. I mean, they had some
Like
cool monsters and stuff.
Pacific Rim went last year. That
I
was probably
love
the
that
best.
movie.
That was like the best Godzilla movie I've seen in a while.
love
That was
that
definitely
movie.
cool. I'd love to see more of that. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they said
And
they're
it's
working on
possible.
the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That'd be cool. I'd
Future.
love to see more in that.
New
one.
movies coming up. Is there one on this list here that you guys would like to looking forward to watching?
Definitely Star Wars. That's on my big
You looking
list.
forward to seeing all that?
I'm really
I'm
hopeful
kind of a
for
little
it.
turned off since it's a Disney flick. I think it'll be more like family shit.
So are all the Marvel movies. Those are all Disney.
Yeah, not all of them though, aren't they?
No.
I thought it was just X-Men.
No, all of them.
no, X-Men's actually not. X-Men's Sony, I think.
Is it really?
I knew they were like yeah.
I mean,
Oh.
Marvel probably owns a bit of it, but
Yeah.
the Marvel
I guess
film
so.
is
because there were certain characters they couldn't use because they weren't purchased.
Yeah.
They were split
Yeah.
up, I think.
Or I guess all the like on the more recent ones, or I guess like Iron Man and all that stuff. That's all Disney now
Huh.
yeah.
because Disney owns
Well,
Marvel.
that's why it's so like, cause yeah, all right.
So,
I guess I could see them doing all right with it.
So
but-
yeah, so I mean, definitely after watching those movies, more and more.
But you see, the thing is that it's a lot easier to create a world with a new character like an Iron Man, or the Incredible Hulk, or the Captain America, than it is to bring to life an old character and then raise on from where they ended.
Well, they're
you know what I'm
basically,
saying?
but they're like, with the new ones, it's going to be like 20 years in the future, so it's not. So they're going to probably make some references to the
But
first
they won't
movies,
be
but
right
it's
too much about it.
it's not because what I really want them to do is just say forget the first 6 movies. We'll
These are
make
the new
nods so
ones.
you can definitely tell this universe is the same universe as those, but just make it completely different. So like the video games, Knights of the Old Republic, do like
those
that.
games are bad.
So it's
Force Unleashed.
and stuff
have,
like that.
Have
So
like
it-
an entire new plot.
yeah, so it's like this is definitely Star Wars. You can definitely tell. You're like, okay, there's an R2D2. There's an X-wing look-alike thing. At least you're like, okay, the
And they
technology
still
looks
have the
similar.
Millennium Falcon. That's
Yeah.
the fastest ship in the world. The universe, because not because of how fast it could go, but because the way that it's
How iconic it is.
the generator folded time and space to travel. It didn't actually go fast, but it had like one of the best things to like fold time. To,
Like
get
warp
yeah,
warp
it's
stuff.
warp. That's what he was talking about. It was like he's like 2 quantons or what was
Well,
that speed?
well,
that
he
said?
travels something in 2 parsecs or something
Yeah,
like
2
that.
Some-
parsecs.
The
That's not talking
Kessel,
about how
Kessel Run.
fast he's going. Yeah,
he did the
that's
Kessel Run.
talking about how fucking dope that
Well,
warp drive
I
was.
read something where that conversation like doesn't make sense. Like parsecs is a unit of something else. And,
Well, yeah, I mean,
Like,
it's
yeah,
so-
fuck those people.
but-
Fuck
but
those
for a
people.
movie, it sounds good.
Well,
And
yeah,
it's-
but there's like an underlying thing
you
where
don't fuck up my Kessel Run, bro.
where there's a thing where Han Solo was like just trying to get some money, like he was conning
Yeah,
these
yeah.
simpletons to get money, so he made up some techno lingo.
Well, that's
Yeah.
exactly
But-
what it was,
And that
though,
makes
wasn't it?
sense.
Because he was like, he's not the most straight arrow in the fucking
Yeah,
No,
so
he's-
I heard so that just brings new, like Han Solo is an amazing character, so
Yeah.
it's cool that he's gonna be Harrison Ford's gonna be in it, but it could be like this first movie just introduces them just to get the fan service out of the way, and in the future go different routes. I'm excited to see it.
I'm curious.
As for the other movies, I made this list, so all these movies I want to see. Hateful Eight, a new Tarantino movie.
I haven't heard too much about it, but I mean,
I've heard some
Jane-
good stuff about it, but I don't know enough about it to be able to. I'm looking
there's
forward
not
to seeing what it is.
there's not much to it. It's going to be the end of 2015 is what I read about it. But I just rewatched Django Unchained, and
I
I
still
was
need
like,
to see that.
It's on Netflix.
it's,
Check it out.
it's good. Subject matter, whatever, whatnot. But Tarantino's awesome. I love all his movies, so I want to see that. I
The
mean,
Jurassic World one I want to see. I don't think it's I think it's going to be interesting. I can see Jurassic World like the Jaws movie where they made like the Sea World on the sea, and then Jaws comes in and, like destroys everything.
Yeah.
That's kind of what this one's about. Like the park is open now, and then like shit goes wrong in it. Like to see that, but the one I'm looking forward to is not only the Age of Ultron Avengers, but the next few of them that are the Infinity Stone series. Those were one of my favorite fucking comic book series of all time.
yeah.
When they had the Infinity Gauntlet crossover with like Thanos and Thor the Avengers. I think like there were so many superhero teams that were crossed over into it to try to stop this dude from getting every stone, and then he eventually does and starts to take over the world, and they end up beating him. But that gauntlet's like the most powerful weapon in fucking Odin's arsenal, besides the hammer that he gave to his son Thor.
Yeah.
So I mean, with all those Infinity Stones, that's just unstoppable fucking power, man.
Yeah, I'm excited. The whole Marvel Cinematic Universe. There's some really good movies. So even Ant-Man, which is a character that's kind of iffy, but I still think it's going to be good.
I think if they make it as a comedy, it'll work. I think
they probably will. Guardians of the Galaxy, they went more silly comedic stuff. Yeah. So I think, and they saw how good. I mean, it's the top grossing movie of 2014. So I think that's going to obviously have some play in Ant-Man. So I'm excited about all the movies. Terminator, the new Terminator.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Yeah,
the trailer make Sarah Connor look like a badass in it. I heard.
Well, the plot that I kind of heard of is they sent Arnold Schwarzenegger back too far, so he ended up raising Sarah Connor. So that's why she's kind of more cooler
badass.
Now. Yeah. So I think it's good. There's just a lot of good movies that I want to see.
So I mean, we'll see.
A couple other things I want to hit on.
Even
Jimmy,
Entourage.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Jimmy wants to watch Entourage, the shittiest show of all fucking time.
I liked it.
Other things in television, the Super Bowl coming up, the late night shakeup with Corden, Ferguson, and then the one that I'm interested in, Stephen Colbert, David Letterman. I think that's going to be phenomenal.
Yeah.
Agent Carter looks kind of cool. It looks like a better Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show. You know what I'm saying?
I like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But the Agent Carter one is going to be in the past. So it's
the Agents of
cool
S.H.I.E.L.D. would be cool if they'd have like more super villains in it. You know what I'm saying?
They're getting there. They're getting to that point. But I like seeing like the retro future technology, like
the Dick Tracy technology, the shit that they think that we'd have, that they think that we would. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I want to see
Gotham
that.
Games of Thrones season 5. Parks and Rec season 7, Better Call Saul, which is something I'm excited about too. The Breaking Bad spinoff.
Gotham
second season that's coming.
I haven't
in a
even
couple
seen
weeks.
the first season.
Oh, first season
good.
was excellent. It was really good.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I've caught up now, and
they're doing Arkham Asylum for the second season, so that's going to be really cool. So I'm looking forward to that.
Seen it. I still want to see the Flash.
Really
so
yeah, the Flash.
I saw like the first 2 episodes of Flash. It was entertaining. Just haven't gotten the time to sit down and watch it all.
Yeah, and then Krypton's going to be coming out at some point about the Superman.
Before he got here.
About Superman's grandfather, essentially. I think is the.
That'd be interesting.
It'd be cool to see the world. I mean, you saw a little bit in the
newer
recent
movie,
Superman.
Well, like I said, I'm excited about the Better Call Saul. I miss Breaking Bad, and if this is anything close to the drama and the tension that show had, I think this one will be fun.
They just did a trailer of Better Call Saul that's out, and I didn't get to see it yet, but I want to see that.
I'm gonna find it.
And I just watched Breaking Bad again, so that world is awesome, and the writers on that are amazing. So
other than that, I mean, I'm just looking forward now to the podcast series for this next year. This year we kind of branched out and did some videos and stuff. This is something we've been talking about doing for a long time, and finally got around to like planning and actually shooting the stuff, which I thought was very cool, very fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're hoping to do more.
Yeah.
It's one of those,
we have ideas. We just need to.
We're still waiting on. Of course, as always, our excuses are time and schedules are definitely probably going to be changing in the next month or so. So we're waiting to see.
Where everything.
Wellsiak might be gone.
Oh,
no, I'll still be here.
Oh,
but
okay.
If
I don't plan on leaving.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
But but as when everything settles down, we'll be able to get a better view on what's happening. So that's obviously one thing that we want to do. And then I don't know, maybe like just different ideas about the podcast, what we want to accomplish with the podcast, maybe go into events and things like that.
More events. I'd like to do like separate segments, though we kind of broke up this episode, stuff like that. I'd like to do more on getting stuff online for viewers in terms of like videos or just short audio clips we can post so everybody can check that out. And I think we discussed having an anniversary episode because our 1 year anniversary is coming up next month.
Yeah, getting there, getting close. So yeah, we have some cool ideas for that. I think that'll be a fun thing to do, or at least a fun thing to try to do, like what we want
for you guys to listen to.
Yeah. Rather not, it'll be. We'll see what we can come up with.
This is awful. We can't post this.
Yeah.
Let's just do.
Or we'll just go. Well, crap. This is what we got. So let's just put it up anyway.
Yeah.
We've got time. So we'll come up with
we've started planning soon, so hopefully it's good. So be on the lookout for that.
Anything else that hit you guys this year that y'all want to say before we go?
No, I mean, Happy New Year's, guys.
Yeah.
We'll see you on the other side
Happy
next week.
New Year.
Happy
Yep.
New Year. Yeah, 2014.
Don't get too drunk, or if you get too drunk, don't call us, 'cause we can't help you.
Don't drunk dial.
I got Fisher on speed dial.
Speaking
man.
of that, I just set up a voicemail for the podcast. So if y'all have any feedback on anything, you can call us.
Wait, we have a phone number?
What's the number, Jimmy?
505-333-TOTP.
Really?
8687.
I had no idea we had a phone number.
I kept getting a bunch of emails about it. I thought somebody was hacking our shit, and I told Jimmy that you say he's like, no, I'm setting it up. I was like, oh, okay, because it's like just a test. And I'm like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah, so 505, pretty simple. I mean, 505-333-TOTP.
Very nice.
8687.
Wow.
Yeah, so
give us a call, guys.
Yeah.
Leave us some voice messages,
Actually, I don't
and
think
I'll
we have-
return your calls. Fuck it, I'll say what's up.
I don't think we have video anymore.
Yeah,
I think
the
it ran
video
out of
stopped,
space.
so-
That's what the blinking red light is.
But,
Hey, but I told you
no,
we only
no.
had an hour and 9 minutes.
that's fine.
Yeah, we're at an hour 10. But thank you guys for joining us this week and looking back at this year with us and some of the more fun, more crazy stuff that's happened. We look forward to covering plenty more crazy shit next year.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's going to be some crazy stuff.
Oh, yeah.
going on.
Well, I'm planning on taking my fantasy football title back because Jimmy
Oh,
won it
yeah.
all this year.
I won
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Oh.
Went
Oh,
from
geez.
last year to first this year, and I
Yeah.
didn't even make the playoffs. So
Yeah, so
I'm looking to get my title back next year. I'm coming for you. I'm
two
coming for
fantasy
you.
championships in a row. For
Last
me.
year's basketball
shit.
and football
basketball
this
and
year.
football.
The gauntlet is thrown.
I'm coming for him next
Everybody's
season.
coming for
That's,
Jimmy.
that's fine. I'm fine. I've run the gamut of places, so I don't care where I am now.
Uh-oh.
And I didn't care this
We're going to have to do fantasy hockey so I can win in something.
I was probably the
Fantasy golf, NASCAR.
Oh, don't be that guy. He's like, I have to win something, damn it. I don't care what it is.
It was fun.
It was fun. It's
Fancy
always a lot of
Tiddlywinks.
fun.
It's just a fun thing to do.
Yeah. heck
Makes
yes.
watching, because I don't watch it, makes it funner to watch. So
Yeah, definitely.
it's cool. Yeah, so 2015 should be awesome. I'm
hope.
looking forward to it.
Lots of fun, you guys. Thank you guys for joining us. iTunes, Stitcher, download, subscribe, rate. Facebook, Twitter to keep a heads up on what we're into. And,
Subscribe to our YouTube. We're gonna
subscribe to our YouTube. We still got plenty of videos you guys can go check out looking on there. And have a good New Year. We'll see you guys, like Fisher said,
Next
a little while
year.
on the other side.
Yep. Peace.
Later. Thanks for watching our video, guys.
Before you leave, don't forget to rate and subscribe so you'll be informed for all of our future updates.
Make sure you visit our social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, or visit the website, thinkingoutsidethepod.com. All the links will be in the description below.